Good morning, friends. It's Arizona Casey coming at you from Tucson. I just thought I would come out. I haven't shown you my plants for a while, and I thought I would come out and check things out. It's really hot in Tucson now. It's June, and it's been getting to be about 106 degrees Fahrenheit every day. And it's really hard to get out here during the day, so I try to get out here very, very early in the morning. I'm trying to capture that sunrise behind me. It's really pretty today. This is my Red Baron peach tree. Now my Florida Prince peach trees have already produced their fruit. They're very, very early producers, and this Red Baron won't be ready for a while, but it's nice to know that I have some peaches coming. These are two of my Loquat trees, and when I got them, they were only about a foot high, and they're doing really well. This one right here tried to produce this year, and since it's so little still, I really want the tree to focus on root growth rather than production. So I took all the fruits off, but I think next year I may go ahead and let it produce. I have such severe allergies to the Palo Verde tree when it blooms. And when it blooms, it is so beautiful, and I love the way the trees look, but I am so allergic, and finally I believe most of the blooms are gone. Tried to get them off my porch, but as you can see behind me, they're still under that tree over there. But I'm doing a lot better now. My allergies have really kept me in check for a while. This is the stuff I'm talking about. I am highly allergic, and it's from this tree, which is a native tree to Arizona, and it's also our state tree, and I am highly allergic. So this is my Citron tree, and it's been in the ground for I think 3 years now, maybe 4. I think it's 3. But I have to show you something. This is the first year that it has done anything, and look, I've got fruit right there, and I've got another one down here. So that's super exciting. This is a Buddha's hand citron tree. They do this every morning. These are both my dogs. I have to put a puppy bumper around the little one's neck because he fits through the slats of the metal fence out front. And before I can do that, the other dogs want to run on the other side. And he gets very wound up after he gets his puppy bumper on, and he wants to chase after the big dogs. Whew, I'm worn out just watching them. My pomegranate trees are loaded with fruit, and these will not be ready till probably October or November. That is if the birds don't get them or my dogs. Behind me is my yellow bells, and when I was in Thailand, what is a shrub here in Tucson actually grew as trees in Thailand, and they were just simply gorgeous, so beautiful. Mine here in Tucson will grow as quite a large shrub, but when the winter hits and it does get chilly, it does die back. But then it sprouts back up and grows into a big shrub again. This is my Limequat tree, not a Kumquat, not a Loquat. This is a Limequat tree, and I don't know when they're ripe. I don't know if they turn colors or if they stay green because they are a Limequat. I tried to eat one the other day, and it was so sour. It was definitely not ripe. I had to put these cinder blocks around my tree because my dogs would play and keep running into that little tree. So when you go to the movies, do people still do that? I don't think I've been to the movies since the pandemic, but when I used to go to the movies, they would always sell jujube candy. Well, this is not jujube candy, but this is a jujube tree, and I absolutely love jujubes. They're not ripe yet, but it won't be long. And at first they taste like little green apples, and then when they get some brown spots on them, that does not mean that there's something wrong with them. It just means that they're ripening, and they taste to me like little caramel apples. They're so good. Behind me is my Florida Prince peach tree, and if you're in Tucson or Arizona in general, this is the tree that you really must have in your garden. It produces prolifically, and it's a beautiful tree. So if you're not growing a Florida Prince peach tree, go out there and get one. I have 4 in my yard. So this little guy over here is newly planted. It is a Mexican lime tree, and my Bear's lime tree died after 5 years, and I was so sad. But then I found out that Bear's limes in Arizona only live about 5 years. So get a Mexican lime, and it will do much better in our climate. My fig trees are all doing fantastic. I have, I think, 6 different varieties. Don't ask me to name them all because I couldn't tell you, but I do have them written down inside the house so I know what they are if I go and look. Mulberry season is over. That's my everbearing at the very end. I may get some more fruit off of that one later on, but it had its big burst of fruit, which I picked. I still have some in my freezer, but I loved coming out here each morning and just grabbing fruit off the trees. Yeah, that one is my everbearing. Well, this one is my Florida Giant. I'm gonna zoom out a little. That one right there is my Pakistani. The Pakistani mulberry trees produce such huge fruit. They're like 3 inches long. This is another mulberry, and I have to cheat and look at the tag because I can't remember what it was. Oh yeah, Shangri-La. I just planted that one last year. These are mesquite trees, and I have not, as of yet, learned how to make mesquite flour, but I've tried it, and the flour is absolutely delicious. I went to a food event last year, and they made a chocolate, I don't know if it was a brownie or a torte. We just got samples, but they used mesquite flour. So I would like to learn how to make mesquite flour from the beans of the mesquite tree. This is my orange tree, and it was a rescue plant. Someone posted that they wanted it removed, so I went over to their house and took it and replanted it, and look, I've got fruit on it this year. That's exciting. My lemon tree, My grapes are doing exceptionally well this year. I probably should have thinned them out because I have grapes everywhere. But I didn't because it's so hot. I could have come out here early in the morning though, so that's no excuse. These are seedless green, and then I've got seedless purple on the other side of the fence. Check these out. They're covered. These were my boysenberries, but I ate most of them and the birds got a few. Guess there's a few left on here, but not many. Well, that's a little tour of my Arizona garden. Thanks for popping in. I'll see you next time. Bye.